Hello grade 9, I hope you are fine and I hope that you are having a good time at home. Today we're gonna demonstrate a new lesson in grammar. It's appositives and appositive phrases. Guys, what are appositives? They are nouns or pronouns that are used to identify any other nouns or pronouns. It means yes, they are nouns or pronouns. They are nouns or pronouns. Let's see examples. Our teacher, Mr. Ali, is the best teacher. Here our teacher, Mr. Ali. When I ask you, who is your teacher? You're gonna say Mr. Ali. So Mr. Ali is a noun that is identifying another noun which is our teacher. Then here is the appositive, Mr. Ali. Let's go to example 2. Muhammad Salah, a talented football player, is playing in Liverpool. Alright. So Muhammad Salah is a football player actually. So football player is the appositive that is modifying Muhammad Salah, which is the other noun. So guys, appositives are nouns or pronouns that they are identifying other nouns or pronouns. Then what is the appositive phrase? Appositive phrase, this kind of phrase that contains a positive, then must be a positive, and any modifiers that complete it. Example, the friend of my childhood is a doctor now. The friend of my childhood is a doctor now. Then the friend of my childhood. Friend only is the appositive, which is identifying the other noun, Ali. The friend of my childhood, it's a phrase. What kind of phrase? A positive phrase. Why? Because it contains the appositive friend, which is modifying Ali. Alright. We have some notes. Actually, we have two important notes when we're gonna talk about the appositives and appositive phrase. Let's read the first two sentences. My brother Peter lives in London. My brother Peter lives in London. Guys, what is the difference? Yes, the punctuation. The first sentence is set off by commas. Alright, well, the appositive in the first sentence, it is Peter. It identifies my brother. Peter is set off by two commas. Why? Because when I'm talking now, I'm saying that Peter is the only brother that I have. So when I say my brother Peter lives in London, now you understand through the commas that I have only one brother. But the second sentence, my brother Peter lives in London. Here, with no commas, it means I have more than one brother, and Peter is one of them, and he lives in London. Do we understand the difference? So if there is a comma, it means I have only one of this appositive. If there is no comma, it means I have more than one. Note 2. Commas are used with a appositive that refers to proper noun. Alright. Michael, the student, is the best one in my class. Michael is a proper noun, of course. Where is the appositive that identifies the proper noun here? It is the student. Then I have to set off the commas with this appositive, the student, because it refers to proper noun, which is Michael. Guys, I want you to open your books, page 90, and let's go to exercise 11. Identify the appositives and appositive phrases. in the following sentence, then give the noun or pronoun that each appositive or appositive phrase identify or describe. Number 1. Our community has a new organization, a writers club called Writers Inc. Guys, we know very well now if we have any appositive or appositive phrase, it must be noun or a pronoun, and it must identify another noun or a pronoun. So guys, we have here a new organization. That's a noun. What identify it? So actually it is a writers club called Writers. A writers club called Writers is the appositive phrase. Writers club called Writers, it is a positive phrase and it is identifying organization. It is identifying organization. Let's go to number 2 or exercise 2. Marquetta Willie, a college instructor, started the group at the request of former student. All right. Marquetta Willie. That's a proper noun. It will be identified by an appositive, which is a college instructor. So college instructor is the appositive and it is identifying Marquetta Willie. Number 3. A published author, she conducted the meeting as workshop. A published author. Alright, a published author is the appositive and it is actually identifying the pronoun she. Number 4. The writers meet to read their work in progress, fiction or poetry, and it discusses suggestions for improvement. Excellent. Fiction or poetry, it is the appositive phrase here, and it is identifying the works or their works. Number 5. The members, people from all walks of life, have varied interests. Here, people from all walks of life is the appositive phrase and it is identifying the noun, the members. Guys, I want you please start from number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as a homework. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to contact with me. Review H. Identifying verbal phrases and appositive phrases. Verbal phrases and appositive phrases, and let me remind you about the verbal phrases. Verbal phrases, it has participles. Participles can be present or past. Present participle, past participle. Present participle is the verb plus the ing. The past participle is the past participle form of the verb, and each one has different past participle form. We have regular verbs and irregular verbs. Both of them, the verbal phrases, past participle or present participle, they have one function, that they are working as adjectives. Adjectives or adjectival phrases. The second one is the gerund, which is the verb plus ing form. Actually, the gerund only works as noun. So it has one of these 5 functions. It can be object of preposition. It can be nominative, predicate nominative, sorry. It can be, let's think together, remind me. It can be direct object and it can be indirect object. So object of preposition, predicate nominative, indirect object and direct object. Alright. The last one, it's the infinitive, and the infinitive also works as noun. Guys, let's start. Developing the automobile was actually the creative work of many people, but Henry Ford deservedly received much credit. We're gonna now identify, is it a verbal phrase or a positive phrase? Developing the automobile was actually the creative work of many people. Alright, let's think together. Developing here is what? Developing, it is gerund. Yes, it is gerund, and it is working as a noun. So the whole sentence here, starting from developing the automobile was actually the creative work of many people. The whole phrase here is gerund phrase, and it is verbal phrase. Let's go to number 2. Ford's company, using an assembly line and interchangeable parts, first produced at Model T in 1909. Alright guys, we have using an assembly line and interchangeable parts. Using here, it is participle, and the whole phrase using an assembly line and interchangeable parts is a participle phrase. That is, the whole of it used as an adjectival phrase to identify Ford's company. Number 3. Many people in the early 1900s wanted to buy cars because of their low prices and novelty. Let's read it again. Many people in the early 1900s wanted to buy cars because of their low prices and novelty. Guys, we have here to buy, wanted to buy. To buy here, it is actually infinitive form, so it's also verbal phrase. To buy cars because of their low prices. So to buy cars, it is the infinitive phrase, and it is verbal phrase. By giving people an alternative to mass transit. By giving people an alternative to mass transit. Guys, giving here, it is gerund or it is present participle. Alright, we need to understand, giving here is working as a noun or an adjective. If it's a noun, then it's a gerund. If it's an adjective, then it's present participle. So by giving people, excellent. By giving people here is working as a noun, then it's a gerund, and anyway, gerund phrase or participle phrase, present participle phrase, both of them is verbal phrase. Guys, I want you to do your homework starting from 5 till the end, till 10, and we're gonna continue chapter review or chapter review 3 or chapter 3 review with other video, and I hope you're okay, and thank you very much.